successfully live.
It says the target blocker is Y, like 40 or something, like 50.
Interesting.
That is actually very interesting.
And how does this
Are you watching
sound?
this stream? Is it like on Twitch? Or is that...
Well, no, I'm not really watching the stream. I'm actually pressing the like button myself.
Ah, okay, cool. I'm too close, thank you.
Hold on. If I...
I guess I'm gonna try to maybe.
So... How does it sound? I don't know how it sounds. This is absolute chaos.
Who?
Can you just like keep talking, say random stuff, I don't know?
What?
Can you just like keep talking and say random stuff, I don't know?
Yeah, don't watch your stream, it's bad, you should come watch my stream.
Not I do not endorse his opinion.
Minecraft. You should. Oh, skeletons got a bow. Right. What was I doing before I died?
Well, I think the audio isn't too scuffed, that's the good thing.
I can squeeze through this channel. Oh, it's a buzzy bee house. Oh god damn it, I'll wait. This way to dodge the freaking train.
Okay, well, I think the good news is that the stream can hear you, just saying.
That's me.
Stream can hear you, just saying, so...
What happened to my... Fuck off.
I don't know. I wish I could connect two things to the same, a bit awkward, but anyway.
You're kinda cutting it.
Oh yeah, my phone is being a bit goofy.
Okay, I'll hear you so I can hear you, just say.
My phone was being
I can't
goofy.
hear you very well.
My phone was
Yes,
being
I agree.
goofy.
Leave me alone, Creeper. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Now if I press that, yep, it's all good.
Let me just get these sweet berries. I would like some food. I would appreciate.
You know what? This is way too scuffed. I'm just gonna like leave call and go do my Horizon Forbidden West. I didn't even press anything. It just disconnected. That's funny. My internet just died on him. I've got internet, right? On my computer, or am I dead? Like, is it just dead? I would like to know if this is dead or not. No, it's not dead. Cool. Well, anyway, let's continue. With the dawn cleared of machines, the embassy between Kadra and Tanath tribes can at last begin. Okay, that's right, we were going to Barren Light to do things. Because... Embassy and Tanath and... yes. Waiting for the loading. This is a long loading screen. Very beautiful image is good. Yay! Barren Lights. Now, was there anything, or is it just straight up? I don't have time to do the machine strike. That's fine. Straggler's Shade. We're now gonna do a thing.
Sir?
Where's Erend? I Looks like he's had a few.
What, are we talking to him again? No, I think we've already talked to him. Apparently there's a... Oh wait, that's to get up here. What's up here? This is an area which I know I haven't explored before. And it just had that small valuables cache. You know what, that's fine. Now we talk to these guys.
Your impatience does not hasten the Tanakh, Nora.
Only our annoyance.
Well, thanks, but I've waited long enough. It's time to go.
Absolutely not. This embassy depends on diligent adherence to...
Yo. Val. He caught up to us.
Open the gates, please.
Do not let her through that gate! That is a direct order! Sorry, can't do it.
Yo.
Nicely.
Hey, Var. Hi, Aaron.
God. Aloy's been just as stubborn as Noza.
People try to stand in her way. It's not gonna work.
Gates.
Oh, that's it! Arrest her!
Good luck.
Try.
Word of fire? Yeah, I'm locked and loaded.
Nose off!
You stupid bastard. You think you got the authority to keep that door shut in the savior of Meridian's face? What do you think Sun King Avad is gonna do when he hears what you did? Promote you?
Damn.
Let it through, boys. Saving the world.
Well, that works.
Forget something back in Meridian?
Look, Varl.
It doesn't matter. Made it just in time.
Yep. Wow, those guards don't even do anything.
About the Tanakh. We need their permission to go west.
Yeah, well, I figured it'd be nice if they weren't trying to kill me the whole time.
But this
That's
embassy
fair.
hasn't started yet. We're just gonna barge in.
Just no more politics. No more delays.
Oh well. Now at least you have some backup.
I mean, true. Boo politics. Medicinal berries for no reason at all. And I've got nowhere to go but this way. Hello, Tanax.
That is the line between east and west. Cross it and die.
Hold on now. Let's take it easy.
None may walk this valley until our signal sounds. That was our accord with the Karja.
I'm not Karja. I came here on my own to ask for rite of passage.
But they opened the gate for you, did they not? What is the meaning of this violation?
Why send a child? Do they want to parley or not?
The Karja can't be trusted. This is no.
Forget the Karja. This has nothing to do with them. I need to go west to save lives. Maybe even yours.
The only lives you can save are your own. By turning back. Now.
Hold!
Marshal Fishav. Isn't this guy the...
about one thing. She's not Karja.
Yeah, isn't this guy the cousin of Avad?
The savage east. And if she seeks to save lives, should we not listen? Let me speak to her. One last favor for a fellow marshal before he's taken away.
Wait, I thought he was a prisoner. Is he not a prisoner?
A fearless, red-headed Nora. You must be the so-called savior of Meridian.
Just Aloy.
I am unyielding Fashav, once of the Karja High Command, last of the army of the Setting Sun.
You're Fashav. Avad gave me a message for you. That he waits for you in Meridian, where you belong.
Avad always was polite. Well, now I'm even more curious about you, knowing that you have the confidence of the Sun King. But such an association with the Karja could work against you.
Obviously.
Me, as you can see. Tensions are high. This embassy is a delicate affair. They're about to return me to the Sundom, a gesture that might help soothe painful grievances. And now you arrive, unheralded.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I just need to go west.
So you say. I might be able to help, but I need to know why. Along with some assurance that I won't regret it.
So, I get tattoos. Interesting.
I've never seen markings like those on a Karja before.
The Karja see ink as decoration. For the Tenakth, it is much more. A litany of deeds. A record of vanquished enemies.
Looks like you've vanquished quite a few.
I've fought my share of battles. But I feel that my life, like my markings, is only half complete. This side shows my martial deeds. Before I die, I'd like to see the other half marked with the laurels of peace.
Fair.
How did you come to be among the Tenakth?
It's quite a story, but not a quick one. Though I suppose neither of us is going anywhere before the embassy begins. Are you sure you want to hear it?
I guess we have time.
Very well. I marched with Sun King Jiran's raiders when they came west, hoping to moderate their worst impulses. I failed, of course. They committed unspeakable atrocities, stirring the Tenakth to action. When the clans overran our forward encampment at Cinnabar Sands, I stayed behind to help the last stragglers evacuate, and was taken prisoner. I didn't make it easy for my captors, mind you. And they paid me back in kind on the journey to their capital. I lost so much blood on the way that I was white as a corpse when they threw me before Chief Hekarro. I thought I was dead for sure, so I resorted to desperate measures.
What?
So when you met the Tenakth chief, you did something desperate.
Now, I kept my ears open as the Tenakth dragged me along, and I heard mutterings about a kind of trial by combat that they revere. So, when they flung me at Hekarro's feet, I demanded this right, called the Kulrut, thinking that by winning I could request a boon, my life or even my freedom. The other Tenakth howled, but Hekarro stared them down, and then his gaze fell upon me. Evidently, he appreciated my ingenuity.
Considering he actually listened there.
Little did I know what I was in for.
What is the Kulrut?
You said the Kulrut is a Tenakth trial by combat.
Yes, but it is no ordinary trial. It doesn't pit men against each other, at least not directly. Instead, the combatants fight machines in a great arena, and only the strongest survive.
Interesting.
It is no easy thing to stare down a charging machine while hundreds around you scream for blood.
I know more about that than you might think.
Do you?
Oh yeah, in Sun Ring.
Like you, I lived through it to claim
Oh,
my
I hit that thing
prize.
with the behemoth.
I had hopes for freedom, but well, that wasn't on offer. Only service to the chief.
You
Wow.
are serving the Tenakth chief.
The winners of the Kulrut must serve the chief as his marshals.
You mentioned that word before. What does it mean?
The word itself refers to a kind of protective spirit from the ancient past. In practice, the marshals are Hikaru's roving lawgivers, part magistrate, part judge, part executioner.
Okay, so basically he
One might
became a
place them in their
high-ranking
ranks
official.
and served as honor demanded, but many Tenakths still spat on the ground when I walked by. Or they did. Until I started forcing them to the ground to grind their faces in it.
So basically you played the game.
Deal with it?
That's
As
funny.
you may have noticed, violence is the native tongue of the Tenakth. To survive, one must
Wow.
master it. The truth is, though, the Karja speak it too. More than they should.
That much was obvious with the red raids.
So then, are you still Karja?
Part of me, yes. Always. Yet there is much to admire about the Tenakth. Especially their chief. And I've heard stories about what it was like before his reign. 3 clans always at war, constantly slitting each other's throats. Hikaru and the marshals have crafted a delicate peace. And now it looks
Interesting.
who knows?
Sounds like a good chief.
Maybe that future will include cooperation with the Karja.
Well, that looks promising.
The
For
Karja
these
talk about
groups.
Hikaru as if he's a monster.
The Karja feel compelled to demonize him if only because he swept them from the field. It is true that he is
L.
fearsome. When I was first taken before him, I thought he would flay me alive. But he is no bloodthirsty tyrant like the Mad Sun King was. I think that if you were fortunate enough to meet him, as I was, you would find that he only wants the best for his people.
That sounds promising for
You
us.
speak to him. I'm sure you'd interest him. So, that's my story. You're the first Easterner to hear it, but not the last. The Karja need to know what I've learned.
Yeah. The way you talk about the Tenakth is a lot different than how they do.
Cool.
Are you glad to be going back to Meridian?
Oh, I'll admit that I wouldn't mind sleeping in a feather bed or sipping wine from the southern vineyards. But I have another goal in mind. As someone who knows the Tenakth and the Karja, I'm in a unique position to advocate for both.
That's very
If something about is
true.
amenable, my hope is to establish a lasting peace.
The Tenakth
And that
don't seem
sounds
peaceful.
They're
possible.
not, as a rule.
Doable.
But
As a
these
rule.
are difficult times. Chief Hikaru knows that survival often requires change, even if that change means putting aside centuries of war.
Just put aside centuries of war.
You asked why I need rite of passage.
Yeah, we better get onto that.
I'll tell you, but you won't like my answer. 6 months ago, the world almost ended in Meridian. That threat still exists. It's getting worse every day, much worse. Calling down storms, poisoning the water, enraging the machines. The source of it all has gone west, and I'm the only one who can stop it.
I've seen the signs. And I've heard tales of incredible occurrences in Meridian. An
So
army
why
of
should he not
demons
believe us?
vanquished by a red-haired champion. So I'm inclined to believe you. The burden of your task is written across your face clearer than any mark of mine.
Damn.
I'll grant you this, to serve as proof of your right to travel into Tenakth lands. A task so important, and it's just the two of you. Take it from one who aspires to be a diplomat. Allies are essential. Chief Hikaru knows the West better than anyone.
Okay.
He may be able to help you. He can be intimidating to others, but don't let that deceive you. He is a man of his word.
Maybe. If I need him.
Yes, we will
You can
not
find
need
at his
him.
palace,
Sure.
just a moment to the southwest. Tell him I sent you, and he'll listen to it.
Look! The Sky Clan's banner.
That's the third banner that was required for the embassy, was it not? I thought we were about to get into a gameplay, but never mind.
I brought the Sky Clan with me.
And the commander?
No. I could only convince a few. He isn't yet aware we left.
We have banners from all 3 clans. If there are fewer from the Sky Clan, it can't be helped.
He's right. Sound the horn.
What's going on?
And the embassy begins.
Stomach the
Oh, so Aloy crossed that line. Why is Aloy across the line?
Then I'll be on my way.
No. The other marshals will not permit it. You wanted safe passage, you have it. After the embassy.
Well, I guess we're here for this. Studious bodies.
As the sun rises over a land at war, so too can it set over a land.
How many times must he have recited this to be able to recite in front of the apparently so intimidating Tenakth? Who the hell is her?
You who claim to be Tenakth.
Regalla. Chief Hekarro's biggest mistake. A rival whom he should have killed.
Oh. Oh, is this our enemy? Yo, is this our game-wide enemy?
Instead, you pledge your spears to a chief who conspires with the enemy. Hekarro has betrayed us. The embassy is proof. And all of you marshals are his accomplices. For this, I condemn you to death.
You'll need more than toothless threats to intimidate us. Exile.
What is that thing? Gameplay soonish? I hope so. Maybe. She just rides that thing. And then those, what are they called? The hogs who spit acid.
Where'd they learn to do that?
Silence.
Oh, they're working. Oh god, this is a rabbit hole.
Come with us now, or not at all.
Archers, light them up.
Oh great.
Get to cover.
Wow. These guys are so dumb.
Archers, keep them back.
Where are so many arrows coming from? There's only like 5 of them. Rip him.
Left flank to the Kaja. Run them down.
I think we will be fighting these guys. Cool.
They're not gonna make it.
Rip like half the people here.
Open the gate! Open the gate!
I don't even feel bad for that guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Stand your ground! Fire at will!
Took long enough for these guys to respond. Rip Noza. Is everyone seriously just getting slaughtered?
Can you see?
It's just us now.
Oh, yep, everyone's slaughtered.
Come down and fight fair! Lancers! Take the center! Get ready!
Combat time.
Stick to cover! Archers on the ridge!
Where's that fire?
Here they come!
They're on board.
Firing!
Man down!
Vengeance for Pasha! We will not...
Ow. I will...
Cut them all down!
Ow.
Okay, better.
I just got ran over then. Strike.
Cut them all down!
Hee hee. Level 13 reached. Okay. Cool. It's just heavy strike dodge basically. Nice shot. Wow, this man has strength. Oh gosh. Rip his arm.
Just you and me now, Varl.
We've survived worse.
That's just not fair. Ow. I just ran into that. Ow. 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 I should probably be fighting these guys, like, in a melee context. Ow. I didn't see you. Get out. Ow. Oh? More cutscenes? That means we did something?
Enough!
Hello.
You, Outlanders! I'll skin you both!
Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
So we're fighting this guy. Okay. Oh, what? Huh? What the hell is that? Bro and Val just stood there. Oh, what? He has a shield? What is that?
You're next.
Okay, I bet.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan.
Ow. No, that's... What the hell did I press?
That shield will break if I hit hard enough.
Hey, I did the, What the heck is that impact?
Give it up.
Bro, that thing is... Two, three. One.
You're not stopping me. The shield's regenerated.
This will be over soon.
What the hell?
That shield. I'll grab this now.
Two, three. One, two, three, four.
That shield's not gonna save you.
Cool.
We're still in this fight. Your turn.
Finally.
Come down here and face me.
No! You've earned your life.
Okay.
Comrades! Mark this day! Today you have decimated the Marshals! Slaughtered the Karja! So begins our war on Hikaru. Move out!
Brilliant. Let's put killing her on our to-do list, shall we? These guys are still alive? Oh, rip his arm.
You gonna make it?
You're going on without me, aren't you?
Yes, just a blatant yes.
For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
Oh yeah, because we still have passage, don't we?
I got you.
Looters. These looting brats.
Time, boys.
Oh, this guy's shield. What the hell?
I should be able to use it to glide.
Oh wow, like a glider? Does that mean that full damage just isn't a thing now? I think it does mean that full damage just isn't a thing now.
Aloy.
That's awesome.
We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tenakth have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The marshals weren't expecting Regalla to attack.
Cool.
The entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Vuadis, Vishav, a massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tenakth territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West.
Roll credits.
Tenakth's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tenakth territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regalla ignored that. Our rebels approached from the north, with all those machines they were riding. They must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks.
Bristlebacks, that's the name of them.
There were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know.
There was the mine.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're alright.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
Honestly, oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot. Wow. We're gonna question everything.
You said the Tenakth lands are farther west. What can I expect to find?
Dialogue time.
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as No Man's Land, and then new Utaru farmlands. Past that are the Tenakth. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh, vicious lot.
Okay.
Where everyone else sees an inhospitable wasteland, they see a challenge to dominate.
Sounds like Tenakth people.
Is the tribe's capital and the territories of the other 2 clans.
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories.
Well, considering
During
if
the
any
Red
of these
Raids, the
guys
Karja
went out
army
there.
tried to push into Tenakth territory, but the united clans rose up against them, forced them all the way back to the Daunt.
So no one except the Tenakth really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian. All those scrolls have to be filled with something, right?
Okay.
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are between here and the Tenakth further west?
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch. At least compared to
cool.
the Tenakth. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a
That's
bunch of
good.
farmers surviving in the Forbidden West.
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful,
Well, okay.
why decline?
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to
brilliant.
trade, but no. They just want to be left alone.
Okay.
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The Tenakth used to attack anyone past Barren Light on sight, But after Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King, he reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The Tenakth agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Oseram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regalla and her rebel army have moved in.
Well, I'd never call No Man's Land safe, even in the best of times. The ancient ruins of the Southwest are a testament to that. Remnants of some forgotten war.
I see.
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to the salvagers that just went through, there were a couple of other parties of Oseram delvers. Even saw 2 Karja scholars trekking southwest with an Oseram crew. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just foolhardy.
Good to know. Regalla?
Fashav called Regalla a rival. Someone that Tenakth chief should have killed.
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise. Until you got in her way.
Guess we're better than her.
And they knew Fashav was going to be handed over at the embassy. If the Tenakth weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low until the perfect...
Okay, so we go to the camp straight away?
About Fashav.
The man was taken captive by the Tenakth. Survived for years out in the west, only to die just short of the Sundom. It's a cruel end for a good soldier.
There was more he wanted to do.
Rip to him.
He spoke of advocating for lasting peace between the Karja and Tenakth.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
Yep.
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will be accorded official rights and buried with honor. No soldier could ask for more.
Nozar and Vodis.
Nozar and Vodis.
At least
not Vodis.
Well, no one deserves to go out that way. I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
Do you think the Karja will take action against Regalla? Seems
Lol.
they have common ground with the Tenakth.
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't risk it. That said, we can't allow ourselves to be caught unaware by an attack like that again.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, time to go, I guess.
Then I wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return.
Good to know that we can come back in case of anything.
And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
Music? Show the music.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Okay, 3 skill points.
Not bad.
The Shieldwing is an energy-based glider repurposed from machine technology. Hold square while in the air to deploy and glide. Tap circle to stop gliding. Whoa.
Not sure where to get the parts I need. I'll have to explore more machines.
Yo. That's cool. So many quests, new questings, override toolniks. So basically, now the real game begins. All of that was just an introduction. Also, that's a Taurus Titan if I've ever seen one.
Make an interesting color for my armor.
Not what I wanted to do. Let's go back up. I want to loot my charges, thanks. We will fill our inventory back up with things, because we deserve all the loot. Bro, I just completely forgot to use a bow and arrow. Like, I just went slasho, slasho, slasho. I'm gonna loot here, check any loot back towards the Carja Fort. Also loot chest. Could be good. What does my phone want? But oh yeah, definitely not running out of anything soon, which is good. Oh, that was just a rock. Lol. Still so much loot. Recipe discovered. Cleanse potion. Medicinal berry sent to your stash. I wonder how much we've over collected. I would honestly like to know. Okay, now I've gotten all the stuff here, let's head back, see what there was over this way. Loot for us, or no? A few. I'll collect a few things. Well, then I guess we'll be on our way. Because we've got this. You know what, first I want to speedrun to the Tall Neck though. Unknown Rebel Camp. Bristlebacks. Salvage Camp. And Campfire 2. I see that tall neck in the distance. Level of details in games is so good. Where am I going? I will take all of those. Ooh, unlooted things. So, I believe we need to take this route round. So we shall. This looks a mess. So there's a path. Where are you going? No, it's just all the same. Old world ruins.
This must be the salvagers I met in Barrenlight.
I mean, looking through. Yeah.
Looks like something's going on.
You really think you can do that?
Karoof, come on! You know me. Have I ever given you anything less than perfection?
Wow. Ah, that's an old glyph thing. Hello, Larend.
If it isn't the savior of Meridian, and of my very own operation. Laren, say hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You know, if it weren't for this one, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. Nasty business, what the Tenakth did back at the embassy. But everyone in Barrenlight is thankful you drove them off.
So this is your salvage operation?
You won't find a better place to trade machine parts in the West. And soon we'll be trading in more than just that. For too long, the West has been, well, forbidden. Dangerous. But what if I told you we could make an armor so tough, so infallible, that you'd never have to worry about survival out here again?
I'm intrigued.
I'm curious to take a look at it.
Of course you would. And that's why I've asked my most talented salvagers to find what they need to make that armor. Each of them will present their work to me. The best protection will go on sale to hunters, just like you.
Lucky me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to back in Chainscrape. Laren can take care of you while I'm gone. Can't wait to see what you come up with, my boy.
Leave it to me. It'll blow all the others out of the forge.
You have got to help me.
What are you talking about?
The armor. I made a dozen versions of it, but none of them were good enough. And there are other crews further west. If they make better armor than mine, I guess that keg full of shards could buy.
Okay.
So you get a prize if Karif picks your armor?
A big one. And I finally have the perfect design. I just need the right parts, and fast.
Okay.
So maybe you'd be willing to pick up a contract and get them for me?
What would I be looking for?
Shell walker containers. If their plating's made to withstand a lot of damage, it'll make the perfect armor. I know it.
I think I can handle that.
Ah, thank the forge. All right. We scouted out a herd near here. Here's the contract. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You take the machines down. My people will pick up the containers.
We can do shell walkers.
I'll give this a closer look later. Thanks.
Counting on you, Aloy.
Ooh, character bios. You have Fisher, Regala, data points. Okay. Anything else here, or is that about it for now? I think that's about it. So, there's, that's over there. Skydrifter sites, relic ruins, charger sites, bristlebacks. You know what, if we beeline it to the tall neck.
There's a lot of ancient wrecks out here. Must have been a huge battle.
Yeah, true.
They gave everything they had to slow down the Pharaoh swarm. To buy Zero Dawn time.
Whoa.
What a great day to be out. Stop right there!
No thanks. I don't think I will.
Tomek. If I override it, I can get data on the surrounding area. It's like a satellite dish. If I can climb it, I should be able to reach that Tomek easily enough.
Hello.
Now it's not total. It must be Plainsong. From the Taro tribe's home. It's on top of like satellite dishes.
How does that hit me? Ow. Critical strike. Scrapper. Oh, those are the scrappers. Am I highlighting? You know what? Take these. Little. The tall neck.
Soon enough.
What's a skydrifter? Booster. Bro, stop moving. Let me revive him. Yeah, you're good. Sure. Okay.
I'll keep some extra on hand.
Rip him. Search scrapper. Scrapper radar.
Power generator. Looks dead.
If we loot this, we could get something. Power terminal connected to the dish inactive. So, do we need to make that active or something? Up we go.
Console. No power though.
Okay. That's fine.
Climb any higher, but looks like this thing can rotate. If I can figure out a way to turn the power back on, I might be able to move things around and find a way up.
Excuse me. It's not where I jumped. So now if we can get up. What, excuse me? Why do you just disable? Like, how am I meant to get there? No. No, go up. Because I'm guessing this is for the tall neck, right? Ah, so that's how.
Power cell. Disconnected from the main power line. This should get that generator below the dish going.
Oh crap, no. I want to get up specifically there.
There's the generator. Bet this power cell can get it running.
Insert energy cell.
Power's back. I should check that console I found earlier.
Okay.
Let's see what this thing does.
Activate console. Interesting. I'm surprised that still works and hasn't like seized up or anything.
Error. Dish alignment incomplete. Motor function impeded.
Okay. Oh. So we go over here now, and we should be able to get up.
Still not high enough to reach the tarmac. Untangle the dish. Let me climb higher.
Okay. Cool. That thing's floats. No, it's. Oh, it's not floating. Okay. Now we climb up here.
I should be able to get to that tarmac now. Just find the right spot. Looks like I'm ready to glide onto the tarmac. Just gotta time it right.
Cool. Epic.
There we go. Time to override.
Yo. That is a Horus Titan, and it looks epic. So cool.
Tallneck sent that data to other machines, and now it's mine.
Cool. So we now have at least some visual of what the map looks like. This map is absolutely massive. Widemore? Leap Lasher? Glinthawk? Oh gosh. Fire and Frost Glinthawk? Thunderjaw? Widemore? Scrapper? Charger? Shelter? Skydrifter? Unknown Rebel Camp, as opposed to Rebel Camp. Okay. Just unknown. Campfire. Oh yeah, we've been unknown. Carja Camp. Grazer. Claw Strider? Fire Bristleback. Hunting Ground. Plainsong. Sunwing. Fire Bristleback. There's a Tallneck there, Tallneck's here, Tallneck there, and a Tallneck over there. There's a cauldron up here. Oh, and there's also a cauldron here. That could ultimately be useful. Convoy ambush, go to the passage. No, I don't think I will. I'll go there. Wait, it talks about Skydrifter Circulator. You know what? Those could be useful. Now, we'll wait for us to reach our boy. So you know what? I'm impatient. I'm not gonna wait. We're gonna go back this way. What is this? A goat? A bighorn sheep. Also, in our skills menu, we have a bunch of points now. Three. All of this stuff we've built up. Deep concentration regen. God, this is all the stealth stuff. Okay. Cool. Where are we going? You know what? First, let's go to the Skydrifter site. Whoa. You can see it in here. The Horus Titan and all of that stuff. That's cool. Ah, I see now. We're crossing the river. Okay, so booster indestructible. Tracking container. The scanning. Bro, I can't see that. Bro, there's all this light. Wait, what's that thing?
Machine's resistant to shock.
A leap lasher. It has... You know what? Okay, this is a leap lasher. It has a cargo claw. Oh. It has chilled water. I kinda want those. I kinda want those. Machine catalog, Skydrifter. Easily spun, tracks potential threats, whether in the air or on the ground, is fast and agile and can lash out. Scanning unit, tracking container, booster, antenna, sparker, razor tail. Okay. What? Excuse me. I know what these guys are capable of.
spotted. Tanakh rebels. Looks like they've set up camp close to Barren Light. I should see what they're up to. They've got riders patrolling the area. Better be careful.
No. My boy. Who saw me?
Get eyes on her!
I can't get to him. That's a lot of fire.
I'm coming in after you.
This is a really inconvenient situation. Oh yeah.
Got me. He's over there.
Steady now.
You don't see me. You don't see me.
Damn, need more. Relief.
Okay. Stop moving around so much.
I've lost her. Shall we go back?
I don't know who he's talking to. cool. What are you doing? Good to know that these guys just can't see me at all, though. Unfortunate I lost my mount. Please don't. You can't see me, I'm in a bush. These guys would be someone that I want to rope down. I've already hit you a few times. No, and she's gone. Now you see, the problem I've got here is these guys aren't gonna forget about me, so I've got to be careful. You know what? What happens if I just decide you can't see me?
Those legs were built for leaping. And kicking, no doubt.
Wait, are these guys like kangaroos? What the? You can see me? Where am I meant to go? This is just really inconvenient. Don't you dare. Yep, I'm gone. Hello up there. I knock down one of your tails, I want that tail back, please. I see it. That could be useful. Anyway, there's a burb right above me. No, you don't see me. If I can get off this guy's razor tail, that might kill him. Get out of there. Oh God. I need more info on these guys. What are these guys' abilities? What are they weak to? How can I cheese them? They're weak versus... Oh, gold. Oh, come on, surely.
That machine could swoop down on me if I'm not careful.
Booster. Sparker. I have something that can spark. Weapons. The shock warrior bow. Will replace it with my explosive blasts thing. You don't see me.
Machine's resistant to fire.
Yeah, not good. So I'm waiting for you to return up here. Or does he just not? No, no. You don't see me. Not yet, at least. Oh, hello. Ow.
Pain subsiding.
Okay. That works. Ooh. Good to know that we still understand how to play the game. What was that? Huh? I'm gonna have to take some damage. It's negligible. Now, you see, these guys have chill water, which is going to be very useful. Ow. This thing's a kangaroo, except he just bounces around way too much. You don't see me. But I wish you'd stop moving. So that I could maybe see you. What is this guy's track? Where did the one, negligible. Should have 2 containers from this guy. Look, you're taking minor damage, it's fine. Ow. Okay. Cool.
For the next fight.
Chill water. I get the idea that the chill water I ordered was long gone. Look, let's do this rebel camp now. Let's also make sure we're stocked up on ammo.
An outpost. Away from the main camp. It might be where Regalla's keeping her machines.
Bro, I shot you over the fence. Ooh.
Have you found anything? You gotta give a sign sometime.
They're still suspicious.
If she slips away, she'll be back to put a blade to your throat. Quit rushing then.
Just want to point out that they're looking at a straight up fence here, which I just shot over because I had the high ground.
I have her.
No, you do not see me.
They're still hiding from us.
I seriously just wasted 4 ammo on you. Who's aggro on me? Why are there just charges like wild around there?
Look up there.
So does this connect through here?
Okay. clear out this place before I can look around.
Who sees me? Ow. Cool.
A lot of pens, not that many machines. Where'd they all go? Better check in that cave.
Oh, that was a rock. Lol. Yo, you need any charger horns?
It's always good to have extra.
This place is interesting. Bruh, he's manspreading. Wow. So I must say that Storm doesn't sound ominous at all. No. Not at all. Yeah, that seems normal at all to just have that hovering over whatever's that wet. Completely normal.
This'll be my stash when I need it.
Jesus. That thing is loud.
The drawbridge. Might be my way across. Looks like there are a couple of weak points. There are ropes attached to the bridge. Oh, it's one half of the bridge. How to drop the other side. There. Bridge is down.
Okay. Whoa. Oh, cutscene. Cool.
Bristleback. It looks like it fell into a tunnel.
Is this what goes to split Crag?
The machines fell into the tunnel, which must have collapsed as they ran further in. What if Volvin's explosives created the sinkhole? I should head back to Chainscrape to let Javad know.
Seriously? Return to Javad the Willing? Inventory.
break my fall?
Okay, so if we have a look around in here. Green shine. Useful.
And the tunnel's blocked. Yep, not going that way.
Okay.
Now, how to get back out?
Up here, I presume. Huh. Okay, cool. Interesting.
I'll shake it out as I go.
And now here we are here. That storm cleared. I'll go that way. Maybe do the ruins while I'm at it. Okay. Ruins are over here.
Tenlock's rebels. They're trying to corner those Oseram.
Target her! Get round them! Get that machine! My head! No! Not them!
Hello.
Wonder what's inside.
Relic ruin in no man's land. Hello. Hello, Oseram. Loot. And more loot. Ah, here's the thing. Hello.
If it isn't the hero of the day. Sure, I'm glad you came by when you did.
Are you all Delvers?
We've been working No Man's Land for a while. I was hoping to get back to Barren Light by the time they opened the gates, you know? After that embassy of theirs. Seeing as how we almost got minced to pieces just now, I'm guessing things didn't go so well.
Nope.
You could say that.
It's not like No Man's Land was safe to begin with. But I didn't think I'd have to worry about this Anak, the neutral territory. And now, they're riding machines.
If you were headed back to Barren Light, why did you stop here?
We ran across some ruins nearby. Thought we'd take a gander, find some good salvage. But the place is full of weird red crystals. Can't get through this.
What?
So we ended up making camp here.
Weird red crystals.
Should probably send a message to our crew down at Jagged Deep about all this too.
Jagged Deep?
It's a dig site by this big lake down south. Old world scrap everywhere. Can't miss it. And that's my cue. Here. Thanks for helping us out. Maybe I'll get into more trouble and see you around.
Well, let's hope not.
What are these weird red crystals?
Okay, let's see what we can find around here.
I will take that, and I will begin exploration of this place.
Perfect. Keep this green shine for later.
Okay, and we pull this back. Okay. Oh. We could have just walked in this way. I see then.
This crate might be useful.
I have no clue what this will be useful for, but... Maybe over here.
Red crystals growing on the wall. I don't think there's anything I can do about them.
Okay.
I gotta be in range first.
And we'll pull this over.
Those red crystals. There's not much I can do. I'll move on for now.
Grab crates. Jump up here. What now? I recognize those red crystals are like an issue and stuff, but...
Alright, I'm in. Looks like this thing needs power. This could be useful.
Okay.
There's some kind of device here.
This was how we got inside here. And this was a way outside.
Well,
cool.
I'm not getting up there that easily. I gotta find something that can help. Okay, let's get this crate out of there.
Okay.
It's not moving. Must be stuck.
Now... if we angle it this way, then we bring this down. Yep. Oh, okay. That's fine, we'll just bring it around. Yeah, that should do. Thank you. And...
some kind of lock for the door. Looks like it needs power.
yeah, so where do I get those... where do I get said power from? That's the question. Because I have to get these from somewhere. That's the thing. Wait, does this have the said power cell, or capable of recharging power sources? Nothing down here. Maybe we go outside. Go back around, so that's more of that crystal stuff. Surely there's a way to cheat inside of there.
Looks like this door is locked. Maybe there's another way in.
Anything under? No, this just goes back to where we were. But is there no way to get in? Is that what I'm seeing? Thank you. Oh crap. Oh. Let's try that again. Where did we go to get up? Yeah, that was it. Oh. Yeah, that's not really convenient. And no, I don't see a way of just dropping in on top of it. Yep, and it kind of seems like this room is necessary. Well, that's just a pain. What else can we do? Blocked path, missing tool. Blocked path, missing tool. What jobs did we create? Go to a workbench, go to a workbench, go to a workbench. Okay. You know what? Sure. I'd bet. Let's go back this way. I would like to find a workbench, thanks. That would be very appreciated. It'd be very appreciated if you could navigate correctly. Thanks. Now. Go across here. Up here. Mount cannot enter this location. Utter BS. Oh, that's the merchant. Okay. Yep. Apparently, you've got new things. Ooh, it could be useful. Sure. Now, I don't know what that thing at all does. Shredder Gauntlet fire projectiles that slice into machines and become more powerful with each catch. After 3 catches, their next impact explodes. Hold R2 before firing to fully charge the shredder in order to tear into enemies longer and deal more damage. Shredders deal very high tear damage, which is ideal for detaching machine components. Okay. Could be my tear bow. Now, I will upgrade you to the max. I need a Leap Lasher circulator. And that's why I got the Razor Tails. Oh, that's a lot. I'm not gonna bother for the moment. I'm not gonna have enough for that. Tripcaster. Wait, do I have a better... Hang on. If we use that... I'll look at the hunter bow. Claw Strider Circulator. When did I get a Claw Strider Circulator? We need to find a Claw Strider. Okay. Yep, it'll go up to there. And then this guy, which is just probably pathetic. So I've got 2 skill points. Once a spike that becomes a trap on impact. I forgot about the spike thing. Heavy lifter. Cool. Then that unlocks that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 8, 13. And the next 5 go in here. Cool. This is looking good. Okay. No, no, no. Okay, cool. There we go. Now if we go all the way out over here, zoom. Wow. Excuse me? Why did you, that was not a reason for you to stop. I love how the mount just stops in front of things. Yeah, great. Okay. Zoom. Are you good? Okay.
So, you
Hello.
returned from the west. Any luck?
The Bristlebacks were being penned by Tenakth rebels on the other side of the mountains. Ulvin's explosives opened up a sinkhole, dropping them into the tunnels.
Which they followed to the mine and out into the Daunt.
Right. Aside from the rebels, if anyone is to blame for the Bristlebacks, it's Ulvund.
Radiant beams of the sun. And all this time he was pointing the finger at us.
Yep.
Bring Ulvund here. Petra, too.
Cool.
Summoned like a blasted ale winch. You best be meaning to put pen to parchment.
Ominously walks closer.
Why's she here?
I live here too, lugnut. So what's this about?
Thanks to the Savior, the Sun has shown the truth on the Bristleback incursion. Tenakth rebels were keeping pens of machines on the other side of the mountains. A sinkhole swallowed them, releasing them into the underground tunnels that led east and out into the Daunt.
So it was an accident. But let us not forget that it was the Carja.
I'm not done. The sinkhole only formed due to your unauthorized blasting in the southern mine, Ulvund. You are responsible for the machine rampage, the workers we lost, the destruction the Bristlebacks caused. All of it.
My dear magistrate, has your precious son baked your senses? I would never give such an order without first consulting you.
Evidence says otherwise. Aloy found the shipping manifest in the mine. You skirted the laws of the Sundom, Ulvund. All for a few extra shards.
Man's a felon.
And you almost drowned your other miners. And sent that oversized tool over there to intimidate a bunch of refugees.
Yep.
I demand an official investigation. I won't be the victim of some Carja scheme.
Certainly. We'll conduct a thorough inquest into everything. The Bristlebacks, the mine, the refugees. Every business deal you ever put your name to.
Well, that's not necessary, is it? What if I just return to the claim?
Nah.
Well, that would save the crown the cost.
Of course. I'll be on my way as soon as I wrap up some previous commitments, tie up some loose ends. After all, the welfare of Chainscrape's people in a transition like this...
Nope, you're leaving right now. Chainscrape will be just fine.
You think she can run this scorched out forged dump?
Yep.
Knock yourself out.
Get
Haha. Bye bye, Elvund. L.
Get off me. Mud looks good on you, Ulvund.
Damn.
As the sun burns away shadow. Thank you for that, Aloy.
Oh, he had it coming.
Here, please accept this token of gratitude. You've done the Sundom and my sanity a great service. And I believe we have some matters to discuss.
Guess we do. Not the most pleasant boots to fill, but I'll wear them. All thanks to you, Flamehair.
Cool.
Okay. Chainscrape will be better off with Petra in charge.
How's the game going so far? First playthrough. What difficulty is this? Hello, aka Deju. The game's going well. Yep, this is our first playthrough. We're doing it on normal difficulty. I've played the original game, and when I saw that this was a thing, I gave it a shot, and it is very enjoyable so far. Welcome to the stream, by the way. But yeah, this has been a very fun game so far, though I am making probably slow progress because I'm basically 100%ing every single area as I go. Story mode is always nice on the first playthrough. Well, yeah, I'm doing normal mode, not story. Yeah, see, normal. Simply because I'm just not changing anything, so. But yeah, very in-depth as it has been. Normal story, same thing. Bro. They're not, but anyway. And don't try to tell me they are. wants us to go back here. I'm going to not, because you know what? Let's go over here. Deadfalls. Wait, what the hell is that? Okay. Where are we? We are going this way. Anyway, enjoy the game. I'm telling just my opinion, so touchy aren't you long. Have a good one. Yeah, you too. No.
Hey, Xavier. Think you can clear out my hangover?
What? What was she asking me, love? Anyways, off we go. Just let's get to whatever the place is called. I forget its name. Spam X so that the mount doesn't go anywhere weird. Or just stop in the middle of everything.
I've been seen.
Wow, I've been seen. Let me just ride into the distance. Do, 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 do. Okay, so is it possible to climb this place? Wait, those are barriers. Those are invisible barriers. Because I'm guessing that we can't climb. Off we go. Let's carry along up here. See what the heck this is. Another block path? Bruh. Okay, now over here. Okay, to get over there, we will go along here. Eek, I'm surprised that didn't kill me at full damage. Glide over here. Cool. God, there's more of these. Hold on. We figured out how to deal with them the first time. Yeah, no, you don't see me.
Light's taking over, spreading its sickness.
Surprisingly, I can just sneak up here. Wow. Photo mode. Whoa. Yo. Some of these views are cool. Yes. Whoa. How about I just... None. Proud... Oh god. None. Off. Lens preset. Custom. Brightness. Time of day. What about sunset? Vibrant black and white. Umber glow. Wow. Border. Letterbox square. Instant wide. Black frame, white frame. Pen 1, heart, none. Greetings. Vignette. Whoa. Wait, what's up there? Color. Whoa. If only it wasn't as foggy. Photo mode. Is it just always foggy?
Should try something other than fire.
Honestly, this guy's so cool. Oh. Bro, that guy can't see me up here. Photo mode. Sepia, pale blue, warm glow. Vintage. Wow. want it to not be foggy.
That was all I had.
Where's the... I hear you. Why can I hear you? Where did this guy go? Why is it still just foggy all over? Yeah, I just want to get a clean photo of this guy. What do you keep seeing? Let me get down so that you stop trying to scan for me.
Time to engage.
Over here!
I don't know where she went!
Any luck? Where else should we look?
Get her! Die!
Okay, you know what, we'll come back to that later, I reckon.
Prisoner. Oseram, I think.
Okay.
I bet I can climb that wall there. Maybe find a way into the camp. That was close. If I want to figure out what's going on here, I need to find whoever's in charge.
We seem to be constantly on alert.
Okay.
We're ready for you!
You know what? I'm gonna play the stealth game. Stealth. Now's my chance.
We missed our chance. They're gone.
Let's hope it was nothing.
You trying to creep up on me? Be on your guard. She could be back.
She's back!
You don't see me.
sure of it. You certain his car?
She's using that cover!
She's
attacking me! Hit her again!
Didn't pick me off!
Inventory. Let's get our blast sling.
Shoot through the smoke! Block her!
Hehe. Stealth. We probably failed pretty miserably, but oh well. It's fine.
I bet she's lurking about. Why do you search? You, look there. And you, over there. Already on it.
Keep your eyes open.
No wandering off.
I looked away for only a second.
She's good.
Yes! Here!
What?
Go all out. That'll teach her. You. We'll search for you. Ah!
Welcome back.
You'll pay in blood!
Now, you see, I don't know where the last guys are. Now, on. Okay. There's still people shouting, but like, I don't know where anyone... The remaining enemies are. Okay, one. That's like it. I mean, I could get out of this. It's just, do I want to?
All right, let's go back. Let's be alert for trouble.
Let's just, you know, go looting while there's still one of these guys here. Whoa, wait, what's this spot? Why is there just green sign sliver there? Oh, my monitor just flashed for no reason. I am dedicated to carry this all the way over. But I will decimate that one guy with this Ravager cannon. Because it is worth it.
One of these structures is
Hehe. Now you see, they thought they stood a chance.
Save these for when I need it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had a charge up attack. That's funny. Carja Blazon. Wait. Oh, it has, like, elemental. Look. I'm gonna equip that, but we've got the look of the Carja Blazon. You know what? Sure. Hey, I wonder. Those are Blaze. Examine device. That's an interesting device.
Loyal Tanakh, hear me. I was told a soldier from this camp goaded one of the sons of Prometheus into an altercation.
What?
You would do well to remember that our allies are responsible for providing the machines that we shall ride to glory. The next fool who interferes with them will be eviscerated and left in the desert for carrion. There will be no second warning.
Will that be sufficient?
Yeah, that should prevent your people from butting heads with mine. You have my thanks, Regalla.
May our pact lead to victory.
So Regalla's not working alone. These Sons of Prometheus gave her the ability to override machines.
Wherever the Sons of Prometheus are. Oh, these are empty. That's why they didn't explode.
Looks like they were trying to stock up on Blaze. Enough to blow up something big. A map of the Daunt. Tracking movement in and out of Barren Light. With emphasis on the fort's weak points. We're gonna blow up Barren Light. Make a hole big enough to fit an entire army. So Regalla plans on invading the Sundom.
Great.
At least when she gets an army big enough to do it. I have to get rid of that Blaze.
So what's the... So I'm looking for a Blaze stockpile.
I've got to get rid of any Blaze that's lying around.
Okay. Rebel sharpshooter. I shot him before he could even spot me.
Border. Doesn't have time to take out half of Barren Light. Unless I blow it up first. I need to blow up that Blaze for Barren Light's sake.
Okay. Blaze is blown up. Now I believe there's a prisoner or something. Yeah, there's like a prisoner over here. Let's pry this open.
Hey, I'm here to help. You okay?
I am now. Thanks, Red.
Okay. So, what's this place now?
Okay. Just catching my breath.
Nothing important. Then I'll just leave, I guess.
I should keep an eye out for more of these rebel camps. Stop them from stirring up trouble. I need to find out more about these Sons of Prometheus. Stop them from helping the rebels slaughter their own people. Not to mention the Carja.
Where's the nearest campfire to here? Look, we'll have to go around. oxide. Well. Campfire. Plain song. Relic ruins, hunting ground, Claw Strider. Well, it looks like we've still got a lot to cover. Let's get to the other side there, though. Because I do kind of want to get some cool photos.
I've learned to override machines and cauldrons before.
I don't care.
I wonder if they're really out here.
Photo mode. How do I... share? Okay, I'm trying to save screenshot. Okay. I keep having that noise. You know what? Hold on. My thing's having a go at me. Apps capture gallery. Please don't close it. Horizon Forbidden West. Yo. Epic. Like, that shot is absolutely beautiful. Okay. Honestly, though, 3 hours, you know what, that's decent, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here for today. So, yeah, probably stream tomorrow again, maybe later in the evening. Okay. Sports. Yo, I also just discovered my monitor has, like, modes that could really help. So you know what? Whoa. That's cool. Sorry, I was supposed to be ending, but I just discovered that my monitor can change the hue. I guess I should get back to ending. Anyway, thanks to yous for coming. I'm probably going to start a raid. Crab Bandy will be raiding. And, yeah. So, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you next stream, and goodbye to those watching the YouTube VODs. See you next video. Oh, power. No. Broadcast.